welcome back to KETS. We're sorry that we left you.
This sounds like an automatic recorded when you don't answer your phone.
Sorry we left you. We'll be back. Never. It's your dad. I'm not coming home. Why do I always open the podcast?
I don't know.
It's like I've really struggled for a male figure my whole life.
Which is, not true.
No, objectively not true.
Yes.
We have had audio struggles.
Yeah.
Not really, actually. We just these ones.
We just like these. They make us feel a little bit more wild.
They give you more freedom.
They do. Specifically, we need to apologize to Chad.
No, Chad is overly indulged. He keeps asking me to send photos of myself to him.
From school.
Too bizarre, but...
He was like, he said on TikTok, he was like, you guys are reusing clips from previous podcasts. We're like, we know. We didn't release one last week.
We posted. We're well aware. Oh, fuck. That's the same? Yeah, it happens. And it has to happen because we make the clips ourselves.
Yeah.
And when we aren't called white racists who, hate South Africa, we're called out by our white fans, our core group, the whites. No,
this podcast is off to a hectic start.
I'm only teasing, but yes. So instead of bashing us, I don't know, maybe like and subscribe. That was the most. No one would like and subscribe off the back of that.
That's like a like and subscribe. Ooh.
That baby voice is disgusting. I don't like it. I don't tolerate it. And people that call their significant other daddy, and I know this is not just a Gen Z thing, like daddy. That's what you know what that was about. But I've heard an elderly couple. We won't name names, because you wouldn't know the people anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But Claire calls John Dad, like genuinely. So it's like Dad'll fetch this, Dad'll do this, and instead of calling him.
Oh, but do they have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, like my parents do that. They wouldn't do that if you weren't there. But they say like.
Who knows what goes on when you're not there?
No, but it's like, Dad will pick you up from school.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But they'll address the person as Dad. So it'll be like, Dad, can you pass the butter?
Yeah, sometimes my parents would also do that if I think about it.
The Melvilles, that's weird. I don't think that's
Thank
you for feeding and housing me, but that's weird.
No, man. But I mean, I remember one video that sticks with me is Bella Thorne. I think it was Valentine's Day, probably like 2019, 2018. And she's like, thank you, Daddy, for all the roses. And she was basically barking, like, that's too much.
Where's this barking thing come from? And I mean, if you just listen to the pod, you wouldn't come across much of this barking stuff because your algorithms, your social media algorithms point you, or push you rather, towards high-end quality investigative journalism and comedy. Whereas my algorithm is something very different, where it's like teenagers arguing and like the best way to win a fight, and he just goes yap 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 yap, and I'm like, what? And he's like, just bark. And I was like, I don't know why I found that funny as well. So my algorithm works for me. It's important your algorithm works for you.
Your humor's broken.
Yeah, but so keep sending KETS on because we love it when you forward it. Since like COVID not has ended, whatever, just words.
It hasn't, but like kind of has.
No, I know, but I was getting stuck in the semantics, and I was like, whatever, let's just power through it. I hate how everyone's become the same person. We all speak the same, we all like dress the same, we all kind of look the same. It's all like all PR. Just say what you want. You're not going to get cancelled, I promise you.
We've been doing that for the past year.
That's true.
You literally just talked about our people being the white people on TikTok.
No,
I can't say
that's
anything.
Not true. I was just teasing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But we got a jam-packed episode. There's a bit of everything, as per usual. Local news, international news, sport news, bam, 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 and
the theme song always changes every week.
It's like KETS and Chloë. Your favorite show?
Sport.
Oh, okay. Well, you had better things to. But before we get going into the nitty-gritty.
The nitty-gritty.
Oh.
I know.
That sounds like
Before we get into the nitty-gritty.
We are announcing an exciting giveaway. And giveaways are always awesome because when you get to, you know, like our age, you only get giveaways at Christmas and your birthday. And then the giveaway is also not great. Like your younger brother gets an Xbox and you get a pair of socks and they're like, haha, life is hard, isn't it? So we are very lucky to have partnered with Okja.
Okja. Oh, okay, yeah.
I prefer Okja, but neither here nor there. And one of the coolest things about it is they have very like South African sentiments, like shake me stukkend. That could be going back to the zaddy theme, but you know what we're talking about.
You sexy thing.
Exactly. And the best thing about it, apart from all its wonderful qualities, is that Okja are going to be giving away a year's supply.
Yo.
So
A year's supply of oat milk.
times are tough. I know you asked for petrol. We got you oat milk.
Oat milk, yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving. But in all seriousness, to anyone, a year of milk is fucked up.
And a year of delicious. So they do. I prefer the chocolate milk, but they also do the oat milk. So we'll have those details in an Instagram post.
What is this for? Oh, the giveaway.
The giveaway.
Did I stop announcing the giveaway? I think I did.
We're talking about a year's supply of oat milk.
I forgot about the giveaway completely.
You know, in case we have to bunker down, then you'll just have your oat milk. But
because you don't want to break veganism to bunker down.
Of course not.
And it's also oat milk. I would even wager, and I don't have opinions on this. Truly,
Sounds like you do.
no, I don't. Oat milk is coming into the mainstream real quick. I know it's not only vegans, because I always ask people, "Oh, you drink oat milk?" They're like, "Yeah, it's good for me. I'm lactose intolerant." All that sort of stuff. This does have gluten in it, so if you've got a made-up gluten intolerance, not for you. But you know, you could still get a year's supply and then give it to your friends. Imagine that. You don't even like the stuff, but you just gift it. And people are like, that's such a thoughtful present. How did he know I only have oat milk?
Yeah.
A year of thoughtful gifts. But I actually haven't even tried it.
For me, I prefer, like, oat milk is my favorite alternative because it's got that creaminess of regular milk.
It's popping out. Because I also don't want to be fake about this all, you know, like
hold it. There you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Because we can't just endorse things and, you know, do giveaways of stuff we don't like. So this will be awkward if it's terrible.
Glug, 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 glug. No, man, not out the cart.
I must say, I don't know why I took a glass out and then just sipped it.
Did you shake it stuckend?
Not really, but that is very nice. That reminds me.
Can you pour me a glass?
That is quite astounding that is oat milk. It just shows how much we've progressed as a society.
That's great. Yo, chucky milk. I love it.
Because this does, I mean, I don't know if you're supposed to talk about opposition
Slaps.
brands and promos and stuff, but remember those little Nestle things?
Oh, yeah.
It tastes exactly like that.
Good. But anyways, if you do want to win a year's supply of oat milk,
God, are we still doing the giveaway?
I know, we keep going distracted. There will be a post on our Instagram the same time as this episode goes live. We're celebrating International World Plant Milk Day.
With all the plants.
That's on the 22nd of August. And hi, we are going to be, you can come find us on the 22nd of August at the Okja Cafe in Camps Bay.
Yes.
Come chat to us.
So that'll be exciting to actually, you know, do a few interviews, podcasts there for a bit. And that's in Camps Bay. So you can get out of wherever you live and, you know, kick it with the rich and famous.
And come meet us. That'll be exciting. I know we've been teasing the run club, but for now you're going to have to settle.
The running club stopped because I was
a little
injured.
Coffee date. People have been asking me on a coffee date, so maybe they'll show up.
Okay, well, it's time to get the interview. I suppose I do interview myself.
Interrogation.
I speak to myself a lot and we go from there. I hope these mics are on. But anyway.
For real.
Yeah, for real though. We have to read Chad's review because we've been asking you guys to review the podcast and then we'll get into it. I know. We'll get into it. Relax yourself. So Chad writes, Simple Silly Sam. All I asked is to see what you looked like in high school, Mr. Bishops. Anyway, super cute podcast. Hee hee. Love y'all. Literally want to go for dinner, so hit me up when y'all keen. XOXO. Sam, it's cool if Chloë doesn't want to come. Me and you, ? I mean, in terms of shooting your shot, that is quite something.
You know, to some degree, I've got to respect it. He didn't even slide into your DMs.
No,
he posted probably on the most public place that you can view, like that everyone can see that.
Good for him.
You know, he probably doesn't even want me to come.
No, I think he wants me to come. Oh boy. Anyway, Mr. Bishop. So everyone thinks I've gone to Bishops, and you make one thing about Bishops, people lump you in. So do I know what it's like to be stereotyped? Do I know what it's like to be racially profiled? I guess the answer is yes. And I can tell you, it's not great, not a good feeling. So even if you're thinking of being racist or stereotypical this week, don't. Anyway, I didn't go to Bishops. I went to Saks. The government's education.
I honestly,
you can smell it a mile away.
And I think that was good for you.
Probably, but
and your ego. But
enough of that. We've got to get into just a bit on what we did on our weekend. I think that's always good to chat about. Chloe said we didn't record a podcast last week, and I was like, no, we didn't for 3 weeks. But it just turns out last week was very long, and we went to a wedding. Weddings are fantastic.
Oh, they're amazing. Sammy cried.
I personally find them much more, interesting than divorce. Just another unpopular opinion of mine.
I mean, I don't think that's unpopular.
Yeah, but I did start crying. I couldn't believe it because I was taking bets on my friends who start crying, the groom, or as they call it in Despicable Me, the Gru. And I don't know why I just thought, no, not like sobbing, I'm not his dad or anything, or Seg Dogs' father, but
I don't know where this is going.
The moment struck a chord.
It was just beautiful, and they played the song, which is like, I've tried every day waiting for, that 1,000-year song.
That's true. I thought
tears rolling.
Why, Here Comes the Bride. I was a bit disappointed I didn't hear it, to be honest. It was on Now 50's hits. Oh, but to be honest,
no, because
over that. That's what I was saying. I was like, but then when this song came on, I was like, this is it. This is much better. But my problem is I'd never know any of the lyrics to these songs. You just sing what you hear, you sing what you love. All right?
I don't think that was a moment to be singing.
But that's what I'm saying. So imagine you get one of these beautiful songs for your wedding.
Yeah.
And like Tom Odell,
On Another Love.
Another Love. I always thought it was Another Low.
I just sang that.
All my tears have been used up on Another Love.
Another Love.
And that speaks to how as a society, after dating someone, you become so numb to think that your tears are used up. Not mine, baby. I got tons. But imagine that playing like, all my tears have been used up.
But I mean, I think that would be appropriate for walking down the aisle.
Yeah, that singing though. No, but I was making a convoluted point. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We also love, what's my new favorite restaurant, Chloe?
Al Burro.
Al Burro.
Takira something.
The donkey.
It's the one on Tamboskloof.
On Kloof Street. Yeah. Oh, that place. I think it like started as a bar.
Yeah, it's like the little mini one. It's amazing.
I get down with that action.
I know. And it's also, the night kind of slips away from you because, you have starters and a drink, and then you have one taco and another drink and another taco and another drink, and before you know it, you're onto stuffing your face with churros and
you're fuckoed. No, it's wonderful. And I think it's because all like starty Mexican food, and I think they pride themselves on being like real Mexican. They said it, not me, in the middle of Cape Town. But no, like that, I don't know, not like that sort of Tex-Mex where all like...
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know too many things.
Yeah.
Despite looking Mexican.
My favorite part of the menu is Mexican hot chocolate. I don't know what makes them Mexican, but it's there. You tell me, really. Anyways.
Who's going to tell you? I don't know.
Let's get into a year.
What are we chatting about today, Chloe? Because I have taken a new approach. I've looked at my life and I say I waste too much time on this podcast, on you.
Shut up.
On these No, I'm joking. I just again had another very busy week. So Chloe did the podcast research, the hard-hitting investigative journalism that you guys have come to know and love. I'll be firing from the hip with unsolicited opinions, and Chloe, she'll be bringing parity and intelligence. So, Chloe, what is the first? What do we got? Give us a little bit of an overview. People like knowing where they are. It's a bit like, if you dropped in a desert, kind of scary. Mm-hmm. You fly to Dubai on a trip, less scary because you're in the desert and there's a reason for you being there.
Sure. All right. So on this episode, we're going to chat firstly about Miss South Africa. That's very exciting. We're going to chat about Zuma being up for parole. Kim Jung-un's definitely not COVID fever. Mexico's Queen of Narcos turned influencer.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm going to do player ratings, which I'm very excited for.
Of the Springboks. I'm
Versus
excited
All
as well.
Blacks.
Did you watch the match?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And then we're going to look at or question, why does everybody hate Andrew Tate?
No.
Asking the
I refuse to do that.
hard-hitting journalism. Okay.
This is the problem with Andrew Tate, though, is that he just doesn't says things, so we talk about it, and he gets more famous, and that's and he sells that bullshit university. So by talking about him, you actually support him. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. He's just an idiot. He's a baldy on the internet with this hard to understand British accent, and he makes some like half points about being men sometimes, and then
He's done really hectic stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't want to talk about him because it gives him more of a platform, I think.
Fair.
Especially on this massive South African podcast.
Number one. Okay, well, exciting is Miss South Africa. Ndvani Nokere was crowned the next Miss South Africa, which
Was
is
she
very
South
exciting.
African? I'm surprised the Zimbabweans haven't taken that from us as well.
So apparently she lives in Limpopo, but she's actually a Tanzanian. I think they call them Tanzans in the article.
Isn't the whole point of Miss South Africa that a South African wins? And I'm not trying to do weird. I mean, the Zimbabwean thing was a joke.
I think maybe she was born there, but I mean, she lives in South Africa.
Oh, okay. Well, no, good for her.
You literally have to have a South African ID and passport.
Chloë, please stop trying to make this about, where people are born. Come on.
You're asking these questions. But yeah, she's actually a BCom investment management graduate. And she said, there's like questions that they ask. I always find them so awkward in pageants.
How will you fix the country if you were the president for a day? What the fuck? So what did she say?
Yeah. I mean, her answer was pretty good. She said that history is the greatest teacher. But also a bit boring. We know that.
But this is what happens. Like these people speaking just like nothings. It's like history is the greatest teacher.
Yeah, these like platitudes. Yeah.
Okay, and it will teach.
Are we learning from our mistakes? Not really.
Collective sigh.
Yeah, depressing. But do you remember we talked about Miss South Africa last year?
Yes, because it's just so weird.
And we were like, Chloe's going to run next year. Maybe next year, well, who knows? But we talked about, the car that they get and the money and whatever. All good things. But I was quite interested in the build up to Miss South Africa.
And you alone. Well, why? What makes it so interesting?
No, because I think that pageantry, it's super expensive. You have to buy all sorts of outfits. I think that there's like some sort of entrance fee. You have to pay for coaching. You have to pay for all sorts.
How do you get coached? What?
By pageant coaches.
Oh, God.
No. Like
we've lost it. We've lost it as a society.
This is like thousands of rands of preparation to enter something that like you probably won't win.
No, because there can only be one. It's not like a sports team. There'll be many. There's just one. And then a lot of... What do they call them when they come second?
Losers. Sorry, what?
So they should. No, they call them like Princess One and...
yeah, boring.
Like, no, you're a loser. Pack up that makeup bag and fuck off.
So the current Miss South Africa, Ndvani, said she prepared for 2 years. 2 years of preparation.
Well, some people go to school for like 12 and still are unemployed.
Fair.
That is also a serious problem in South Africa.
Yeah.
Let's look into that at some other time.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. And then, I mean, we touched on this last year, but you can never have been married and you can never have given birth to a child or parented a child.
Mrs. South Africa.
Yeah.
The MILF edition.
Again, I think we spoke about this and it would be very cool.
Haunts me. It haunts me, the MILF edition of Miss. But that is, it was like all these things, like they half are like women empowerment and fantastic. And it's also like the other half of it is like, it also keeps the patriarchy intact. It's very bizarre. More on that as well, later. I don't know.
There is no later, yeah.
There's no later with Okja. It's right now. Or just now. That's what the funniest thing about this thing is called. Just now, cacao.
Love that.
It's funny because it rhymes. And because in South Africa we say just now.
Or now.
Or now.
Don't we have 3 of them?
Just now. Now I suppose has to enter the chat.
It does.
Just now, right now.
Soon.
No. Soon.
Isn't that like something like, see you soon?
No. Sounds like a sushi shop.
We trademark that right now.
I don't think anyone... I've never been particularly interested in starting a sushi shop. I think if I were to open a restaurant, it would be tapas.
Oh, yeah.
And Greek stuff.
It would be so
because
good.
Then I could call
Greek
myself...
tapas. Come on.
What's like a Greek name?
Ecliptical. I don't know.
Lofi.
Lofi?
I don't know.
Lofi? Hey guys, do you want to go to Lofi this Saturday? It's going to be lit. We get tapas and drinks. Getting lifted at Lofi.
I thought because I look Greek, I could say it's authentic Greek cuisine. And people like that.
But you got to work on your Greek knowledge.
Yeah, no, souvlaki, there we go, that's the word for today. But what people are not so happy about is Jacob Zuma. We found out via TikTok that South Africa thinks very differently about Jacob Zuma. He's got a way more stands than I thought. But
yeah, they came for us.
His medical parole appeal is to be heard on Monday, which, I don't know. I don't think you want to hold thumbs for someone to be sick. But in this case, I think he wants to be sick.
Yeah. Well, isn't it on the grounds that he's got a terminal illness?
Oh.
Like that's...
Oh, I don't know.
And the medics, I guess, have found no proof that he's got a terminal illness. So back there for the other 13 months that you still have to serve.
Really? So you think Jacob Zuma should go back to jail to see his last year and a bit of...
Yeah. You don't.
I'm not ready for another insurrection. I think at this point we cut our losses.
But you know,
he's 80 years old. Let's Zuma chill.
No, I think
I'm tired.
I think that is the problem. Is that people like him get away with stuff because you're scared of another insurrection. Like that's sad. That
sad.
That he can't face justice.
It shows how powerful he is as well.
Yeah. We saw that on our TikTok. People came for us.
Yo.
We were like, what did Zuma do? Listed all the stuff that he's charged for. And people were like, you racists.
I'm voting for him next year just based on that feedback.
He's not running.
Well, no, because he's terminally ill. But hopefully one day he'll be able to
He's not terminally
jog
ill.
around. Chloë, I'm pro Zuma. It's what I'll do anything for the TikTok. No, I obviously do hope justice is served. Of course, I'm not a maniac, but no, I don't think South Africa can take another insurrection. No, we can't. It would be
such a shame if he didn't face justice.
Yes, I agree, but I think it would still be worse if we had another one of those.
Yeah, for sure.
The what was it? Everyone had such a weird...
The riots.
The riots, yes. The unrest, the civil unrest. That was my least favorite way of
this. A little bit restless. Hey?
Oh, yeah. It's like, no, I haven't... I don't know.
Yeah, hundreds of people dying. But something...
Politics, eh?
Hey?
It'll kick you in the dick.
What was the thing the other week that we were talking about where you sort of said like the political landscape?
The socio-economic.
Yes.
I've always got that on hand because, you know, you got to impress people. People always want to be wowed. That's why, like, I've had probably had about 15 photos in the last 2 weeks. People coming up for photos. And
it hasn't happened to me. It's
they're scared of you. I'm approachable and I'm a good guy. People can see this through the screen. It's just me and you talking, and then Chloë is very scary. Resting bitch face gets thrown around.
Honestly, like, it'd be better if she didn't come to dinner.
Yeah, especially for chat. But no, I've always feel so hollow after these experiences.
What experiences? Oh.
No, I don't feel hollow. I feel fantastic that people, you know, recognize you and want to take a photo. But I feel like I'm not funny Or because they just catch me at different parts of the day. You know, you're not just funny when you're in Cavendish Square. It's very hard to be funny in Cavendish Square. That's why the guy who was a clown and did balloons and stuff, do you see him anymore? No. He's gone because it's a tough crowd. And so people meet you and they expect you to be like, what a pa, rapa, hoo, Zuma, politics, oh, this is what's happening in the world. Or like, I don't know.
Imagine people
multiple
actually expected
puns.
that. They definitely don't.
I think they do though. And I'm sorry for letting you down. I just
You're
do
not letting anyone down.
Awkward smiles. And then if I try and be funny, it's always way too far the other side. And
it's just offensive.
then their moms come and get them away from me. But wow, that's neither here nor there.
Although the moms do love Sam, I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
I think it's because I look
Chloë,
old.
how long have you been around?
Yeah, but we had a busy weekend also watching Netflix, like many of you do. And it can get tiring, so well done. And, you know, we go again next Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Netflix and chill is tiring.
No ways. If people want to Netflix and chill, kick them to the curb. I'm down to watch the show. I don't be distracted with a neck kiss or like something weird. I'm here for the plot. We hear this is a star-studded cast. Jason Bateman is really coming into his own as a professional, and I want to watch his performance. I don't want to see your performance. Anyway, okay. Oh, this is steamed comedy. Have we covered a bit of news yet?
No, not a lot. No, we did.
Something about Zuma. And I think I said I was pro-Zuma somehow. He's funny. Jacob, he'll get you into a corner like that. I didn't even chat to him. His charisma just precedes him. But what was the show we were watching? Because that shit is terrifying.
Woodstock 99.
On Netflix, go watch that. If you ever think like we are a civilized group of people or anything like that, just go watch that documentary and so much of the world will make sense.
It is so wild. Like, I mean, maybe skip a couple seconds if you don't want spoilers, but the show and festival was so shit that they burnt it to the ground.
Literally. But I'd say it's more about the social zeitgeist, you know, the socioeconomic tensions that exist in middle America.
You know, and honestly, I don't understand how they thought that they could replicate the Woodstock of the 60s.
No. All the hippies were dead from drugs. So that generation...
It was no longer peace, love, and happiness.
No, it wasn't good.
It was Limp Bizkit and Kid Rock. What do you call them?
They had to, you know...
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit. That's usually your grandpa after a few drinks. Hey-o. But, no, it's so...
Ugh, gross.
The lyrics of this like one band, they're like, sometimes I wake up in the morning and just feel like fucking things up. Ah! And I was like, this is why us white people get a tough time in the culture wars in terms of like, what's cool about, you know, old whitey? Because, man, that is not cool. I don't get the heavy metal thing. I mean, I don't know, that's not heavy metal. But, and apparently it is a...
That was pretty good. What's your best one?
Oh, yeah, I mean, the first one was...
No, it wasn't.
It just scares me. It kind of makes me feel like something bad's about to happen. And then that... It basically like, well, watered down trance, but I don't know.
We move.
I don't know.
Well, in maybe good news for women, maybe not so good news for men, a study has revealed that women are indeed superior drivers.
I don't believe that. I just don't. And this is not because I think men are better drivers. Just where is this evidence coming from that anyone can be a better driver?
It's from all sorts of things. It's like accidents, cornering, braking. I think it was basically an insurance company that took together like all the claims and stuff like that, and they realized men are just more reckless.
Which I suppose that is evidence.
More men speed. I have never, and I've been in a car with many of my girlfriends and we stall multiple times. However, I've only been driven insanely fast by men.
Would you not say that then that is, you know, we get into an argument of false confidence because if you stall a car, you objectively can't drive it well. You're not in control of your vehicle. And I think you could make the exact same argument if you get a car crash after speeding, you're not in control of your vehicle. That's why I don't know. I feel everyone's got their sort of anecdotal experiences. And I wonder, I don't know. You know, I'm full of prejudices myself. I got a lot of hate in my heart. So do you. It's fine. No, I just think of, if I think of getting into a car, like you and my sister are worse drivers than me and my dad.
But I mean, that's just people. I would agree that you are a better driver than me.
No,
but it's not because I'm a woman.
No, I don't think so either. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think either way that you could get a women are better drivers than men. If your metrics are just...
Yeah.
Women are safer drivers than men.
Okay.
There we go. I'll give you that. Women are safer drivers than men. But if you, like you said, if you stall 6 times in a trip, I've got zero faith in you. It's terrifying.
We're going up Cliff Nick and I'm like, okay, girl.
Yeah. Driving 60 kilometers an hour in 5th gear, saying whoopsies every time you mount a curb.
Girl, that curb was there.
That curb had your name on it.
Let's be honest, that curb was there.
No, so I think the whole thing is ridiculous and it's stupid. Like, ooh, no one, like you said, it's people. You know, you're going to have different people. But I will agree that women are safer drivers because they are less inclined to do...
Settled. We're settling big sexist debates here on the podcast today. I mean, we're bringing news. Also, in news, more world news, is Kim Jung-un and his mysterious non-COVID fever. There's been a massive COVID outbreak in North Korea currently.
No one cares if you have COVID anymore.
Yeah, but but he hasn't got COVID. He's just got the flu.
Well, that's after he declared that he beat COVID.
Yeah.
Like the country beat COVID. Like it hit COVID for a 6 and they won the game. These places the fact that North Korea exists is terrifying.
It is, like, properly terrifying. But I mean, he's also an interesting, like, weird guy.
Who?
Kim Jong-un.
Oh, Kimmy. My boy.
No. But apparently, like, no one really knows his true age.
He's like a old divorced woman. He'll never get it out of them. Like they got money from their husbands, but that's neither here nor there.
Apparently, he got plastic surgery to get his face to look more like Kim Jong-un the first.
Just like a divorced woman, my word.
His grandfather, loves Disney songs, apparently.
Yeah. Okay, that doesn't correlate with being a divorced woman, really.
No.
I know you have kids. You've got kids, so you know the Disney
also
songs.
Let It Go. And then his dad died, unfortunately, but he made the whole country mourn his dad's death. And if you were caught not attending these, like, mourning ceremonies, not like in the morning, you know what I mean? You'd be sent to 6 months in a labor camp.
Sounds like not a divorced woman, but a widowed woman, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's 6 months in a labor camp. That does not look fun, because I know labor camps from Stranger Things. I don't know what it's like in the...
That was traumatic.
Not in the ghetto. What were they called?
Yeah.
Were they called ghettos?
Yeah.
In the ghetto. No, there was another
concentration camp.
Concentration camps.
Yeah.
Labor
camps.
Concentration camps are terrible places, especially if you had ADHD. Then you were double fucked. So... Chloe just shook her head at that one. Not taking it. You know, we talk about history. We get down and dirty with uncomfortable, things like Nazi Germany was terrible. The Holocaust was real bad.
Yeah.
Things that people aren't prepared to say on public platforms. But we do it. The thing, weird public things that are coming out now again are this cannibalism. It seems like it's in vogue again. And I only say that because of this weirdo. What's his name? Army Hammer.
Yeah.
He is a cannibal.
Yeah.
And I only say that, alleged. I only say that because I've just heard, the internet talk about it, and we're all pretty convinced that he's a cannibal.
Oh, yeah. He himself in text messages has said, I'm 100% cannibal. Yeah.
Come on. Get yourself some oat milk, you weirdo.
Yeah. No, it's messed up.
That's just like a rehab path he could take.
Yeah.
Instead of, going for animal products and human products. Just getting himself some good old oat milk.
You sexy thing. Yeah. But so there's a documentary coming out on Discovery Plus that is with like the victims of Army Hammer.
Or what's left of them.
Yeah. No, but the stuff that they have to say is genuinely really, really terrifying.
What did he do?
He, like, the one woman, he threatened to cut her ribs and then, like, cook them, essentially. You know, he's just into like, and also,
disgusting.
so maybe the argument can be made, you know, like, because a lot of it was Instagram DMs with women, you know, like these like dark, twisted fantasies, right? And then maybe you can be like, okay, like maybe it was doctored, or you know, it's not him. They include voice notes. It is the freakiest thing to hear him say this shit, like.
So Army Hammer
I want to
has
like bite into your skin. Like.
he's literally said, and this is your boy Army Hammer, you just live to obey and be my slave. Okay, so that part's fine-ish. Kind of
Like-
weird from a white person. But he writes, if I wanted to cut off one of your toes and keep it with me in my pocket, so I always had a piece of you in my possession. Question mark? What? What is wrong with this guy?
That shit crazy. His one ex said it was like dating Hannibal Lecter.
Wow.
Hello, Clary.
Hello. That's fucking bizarre.
Oh yeah. Oh sorry. Break my rib, barbecue, and eat it.
Barbecue? Joe's barbecue and foot massage. That is just fucking gross. I mean,
No, I'm not feeling so good, yo. No.
I would say he's a good egg, but he's not. He's a rotten egg. He's the opposite of a good egg, and you know, gross.
It's not looking good.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. But in this world, everyone wants to be an influencer. And it's weird that Army Hammer, like it's a Hollywood A-lister, can get up to all this wild stuff. And now, I'm sure lots of you watched Narcos, you know, it was a good show. But then came, you know, the Queen Narco and Queen of the South and all those sort of spin-offs. And now actually, like a Mexican narco queen is campaigning to become an influencer. Which,
Like real life. No, but I mean she's.
well, I suppose you don't campaign to be an influencer. It's not like a presidential race. You just become an influencer.
Influencer, yeah. Well, she's actually got a like fairly decent following on TikTok.
How many followers?
Like 130,000 followers or something
more
like that.
than us. More than
I know.
us.
She's also got a podcast, so she's coming for our brand.
Fuck her. No.
I know.
What's her name? Do you know?
Sandra Avila Bertrand.
Now you listen up, Sandra Avila Bertrand. We will stop at nothing until your podcast.
We are just joking.
I thought I started like playing pictures of what happens in these drug cartels in my head when I was, and then I actually started crying. I think halfway through,
yeah.
pretending to be hard. If you're listening to us, there are tears starting to
scary.
form in my eyes. But
Yeah.
bizarre. I can't even believe that these. You know, I think people are always going to be fascinated about drugs, sex, fame.
Yeah.
It's all the same. And so if you're a drug dealer, you know, you got a bit of everything going on there.
I just think that it's, you know, these people and these criminals are also just normal people. Like, she's posting her skincare routine,
Ugh.
you know, and you're just like,
I hate that. I hate that we know how people get ready in the morning. I hate that we know what products they wear. You know, like, also, just break up and deal with it by yourself.
fair.
No, that's not fair. You have friends for a reason. You've got a community. You can go to Virgin Active Silo. Oh. But there's lots to do and there's lots to love about life. But you know, some things I do as a trail runner, not an ultra trail runner, not even a runner actually, because my leg is sore. I love drinking in the mountain, and now there's been drinking the water from the mountain. I suppose drinking in the mountain is also fun, but not that safe.
Yeah.
But now people are coming out and saying you can't drink rainwater, it's not safe. It's like, well, that's terrifying, and that gets me thinking of acid rain falling down, keeps burning our land to the ground.
It's terrible. Yeah. But the big thing about this contamination of rain is that it's what's in it is called forever chemicals. So
Sounds like chemicals when they're like teenagers. We're going to be forever chemicals.
Forever
We'll be
chemicals.
together forever.
no, but for reals, they will stay in your body forever.
Ooh.
Like that's kind of.
But this is in America. It's always in America.
No. They measured the rainfall in like really remote areas. So if the levels of toxins were high there, chances are if you live in a city anywhere else in the world, you probably shouldn't be drinking the rainwater.
But don't we all drink the rainwater?
What? Isn't
that what comes from the dams?
I think it's processed. Make ourselves feel better when we're not slowly dying.
This is all Big Pharma back at it again. It's somehow Big Pharma's fault. No. What? People be like, I don't drink the water anymore. Why? Because of KETS. And we're like...
Oh my goodness, my dad told me, he was like, I'm so glad that I didn't see this while I had been drinking the tap water. But in Cape Town, apparently a few weeks ago, they had, because the water had been, the power outages, water had been switched on and off. So the pipes, there was a backlog of water and just like gunge, and that was in people's water. And
That's why everyone had stomach bugs.
Yeah.
Fucking
It
hell.
always happens like that,
I'm back on the body. The teat, the breast milk. Just joking. Oat milk.
Okja.
Get up in your face.
Okay, yes. But speaking about power outages and all that sort of good stuff, Britain might actually be facing load shedding.
I hope they do.
Yeah,
I hope
thought you'd hear the day.
I hope every bloody... No, I don't have hate in my heart for these people. But I hope South Africans who fled to London in pursuit of a better life, no load shedding, and so they can be racist. Yeah. Oh, we know you. We know. I hope they get load shedding and they just have to sit in it and be like, oh yeah, we actually love load shedding because it helps us read books. We'll be in the sunshine, baby, while you're freezing your little dicks off in December. We'll be having a swell time. So never leave South Africa. We're going to turn it around, people of South Africa. Do I know how? Not at all. Am I somewhat unemployed? I think in terms of how general people would look at things, yes. But me and you and Chloe and many others, we can make it happen.
Wow.
I mean, I don't think... I was pretending to joke and then it got like kind of half inspiring and then it wasn't inspiring at all.
Yeah. Although I think...
Real mixed bag, that.
Yeah. But, I think if Britain is going to be struggling with their power, it's probably a good indication that we're going to be struggling too. Because it's all kind of linked back to the Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, but...
Don't hit me with facts. I can't handle them.
I've got a very exciting segment. I thought it would be my turn to do a match report.
Okay, let's hear it. A Springbok, obviously the Springboks lost to New Zealand in Johannesburg in Ellis Park. The plane flew over. Everyone's like, shh, we're going to win, and then we didn't.
Yeah, and then It's
like a classic South African thing. Like, we can only win when we're not supposed to win. And then when we're supposed to win, we're like, don't know if I can do it, guys. I'm starting to feel... But we still love the Springboks.
I'm getting a bit shaky.
But shaky, indeed. The Springboks, they have so much pressure on them every weekend. Like, it is cool because you're a baller for life.
Yeah.
But no, it must weigh on you.
Yeah, well, so growing up, I never watched sport. Like, my family's never been into watching sports. I've never watched sports in a stadium. And the other day I was at Western Province Cricket Club, and there's probably like 200 people upstairs watching the rugby.
Bar, yeah.
And it was such a really beautiful experience. Everyone cheering when Lucanio scored a try, and it was just like really it felt like COVID was over.
I didn't watch the game,
special.
but I don't know if
so let me catch you up.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I do have to say this is limited to the 3 players I know.
Okay, so Chloe's done Springbok reviews of the 3 players you know. Let's have them.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to give Eben 5 out of 10.
Oof. Why?
It was a bit of a quiet game by his standards. Not much to write home about.
Fair enough. Who else you got for us?
But he only making 3 carries, so yeah, not that good. Then Lucanio right? Solid 9. He carried that game. A masterclass if you will.
I think most would agree. But would you say that he is the GOAT?
Oh, yeah.
Of what
100%.
position?
Like a flank, like a fly half, wing, flanker.
You're nearly there.
Yeah.
Center, outside center.
Yeah.
But I think what you're saying there is he's so versatile, he could play anywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he scored an incredible try from centre, and he just caused lots of problems for the All Blacks. He made it difficult for them to win ultimately. Yeah. And then the last player I know is of course Handré Pollard.
Yes.
Our kicker.
That's true. Fly half, yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
A kicker.
Yeah.
Wat doen Polly? Kick.
Sometimes he doesn't. I'm going to give him a 6.
Okay.
His kicking was all right.
Yes.
But he struggled to dictate much of that game.
Yeah.
Which is, what we look for in our kicker.
I think Handré Pollard was a bit like, textbooks in Mpumalanga. When the kids needed them most, he disappeared. So.
What?
Don't you ever read no textbooks for the kids in Mpumalanga? No. There you are, laughing at your textbook. No. But yeah, so would you say Pollard's 6 was, is that like an average? Like 6 being average, 7 good, 8 very good, 9 exceptional, 10, you just don't get 10s. Okay.
So I mean, maybe if the Springboks had won and like Lukhanyo had scored like 4 tries, I'd give him like an 11.
I think we're going to have to call an end to that segment, but mainly because it's over. Those are the 3 players you reviewed, but I don't know. Wow. But I actually think they were good, those reviews. But
Okay, last thing before we move on to overrated, underrated.
All right.
Is that I don't know, I saw it on TikTok. I know you say I saw an article, but I didn't. I saw it on TikTok. And it is the 1973 haka. This
diabolical.
If I could describe it in one word, it would be lackluster. It is it's so bad. They're all like stamping their feet, and then they like do these like twinkle fingers, and then they occasionally tap their elbows.
Looks like
it's so bad.
Like the old white guys who dance at weddings when like Mendoza comes on. That's what the haka from 1973.
Like the Macarena,
it's so bad. Like now it like inspires, this great New Zealand nation. It strikes fear into the opposition's heart, and it makes us so excited at home. You're just chomping at the bit while they do it. But no, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's truly terrible. So if anyone wants to see how the world of sports has changed, look no further than the 1973 haka and compare it to modern day rugby. But it's about that time. Wait a minute. I'm a continental woman. Continental woman?
Don't know.
Is that what she says? Because that sounds racist now that I think of it. But we got to do overrated, underrated before saying goodbye. I've got no podcast stamina. You miss a weekend.
Are you tired?
I'm so tired. That is baby voice. Stop it. I just realized now.
I was going to say when you put it up, I was like, yeah, you didn't.
Me so tired. Sammy, go nap.
Literally what she said. But anyway.
Baby voice is ridiculous.
Okay, are you ready for a couple overrated, underrated?
Always ready. Let's have them.
Overrated or underrated oral sex?
What the fuck? Where did that come from? What? I don't
Just gotta keep you on your toes. Come on.
Keep me on my knees. I no response. No, I can't. I'm stumped. I don't know what to say.
So lame. Okay.
My balls are sweating. My hands are tingling.
Okay. Overrated or underrated cooking your own food as opposed to ordering?
Overrated. I did a trial. And I majority ate out for a week, and then I majority cooked for myself. And personally for me, the disparity was not big. It was maybe like a couple $100, but in what I factored into that was like the many hours of cooking labor that you don't have when you eat out or order in. So I'm not saying it works for everyone. And you obviously have to be very intelligent with what you eat and order. and mix it up. And I think there is something to be said about cooking. It is fun. It's a lovely experience.
Yeah.
But just in terms of prices, I was blown away by how close it was.
Fair.
The fairest.
Fair. All right.
I don't know why I felt so passionate about that topic. Felt I gave away too much attention.
Okay. Well, let's just do one more.
Okay.
Okay. Overrated or underrated bucket hats?
What? How can you go from oral sex to bucket hats? I'm calling.
just keeping it across.
I need another one. No, I skip bucket
Okay.
hats. How can a bucket hat is neither overrated or underrated? It's a hat shaped as a bucket.
What about the fluffy ones?
Oh, those are cool. I like them. Always the baddies wearing those.
Okay, last one. Overrated or underrated New Year's Eve? And resolutions?
Who wrote these? Was this you?
Me, obviously.
Overrated, underrated this week is fucking overrated. It's the shittest
was just
set of questions
grumpy
I've
and
ever come. New Year's Eve. It's the middle of August. No one cares about how we feel about New Year's Eve. The middle of August.
I'm finished. I can't do this anymore.
There's a lot going on here. No, I think that was even more entertaining than overrated, underrated. Watching it come to a crashing, burning, halting words. Anyway, do remember the giveaway. Check us out on Kids Eat Toast, because who wouldn't? Quite honestly, you'd be a maniac to say no to a year's supply of oat milk, and delicious oat milk at that. So thank you to for partnering with us. Thank you to Chloë for joining. It's always so much fun to be joined. You know, it's usually just me and my thoughts. In terms of my real life, it's always Chloë. So thank you, Chloë Dog. You've been fantastic. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Remember, like and subscribe. It doesn't take that much effort, and it really means the world to us.
And leave us a review as wild as Chad's.
Yeah, not a date review. Just say nice things about the podcast.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.